Hey, welcome in, everybody. It is Colin and Jamie here with some special guests. But guys, it's Two Sides of Spurs podcast. I haven't done one of these in a long time. It felt weird. I had to remember how to play the intro, and I was like, click. But I got it, and we're here. And yeah, Jamie, first of all, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back. I haven't shown my face yet because I still haven't shown my face to a lot of people. But other than that, I'm happy. We won, and there's lots to talk about in the next hour.
Absolutely. And we're joined by our two esteemed colleagues. We've got Robbo from Robbo Reacts. What's up, Robbo?
Hey guys, all right?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about some predictions you made. A prediction you made. I want to.
Yeah, didn't go well, but you
might be doing
I think
this week.
It's it didn't go well. I did not see that result coming, but maybe hashtag ANGE out works to sort of get a result.
Yeah, maybe you got to do something. Yeah, and then we've got Mr. Eltel Cockrell himself, who's muted, just to warn him so he knows. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. Shocking game.
Just another day at the office, huh?
Yeah, it's just a shocking game. ANGE out. Players don't want to play for him anymore. We need a new manager.
I've been saying it. You've been saying it.
I'm going to say Tuchel's still free for another month.
We can have him in as caretaker manager, and then him.
We should have got him in before today's game. It's shocking.
Yeah.
We probably would have won 5-0, isn't it? Pacey every week.
Look at all these comments. Look how loved we are. Spurs diehards. Adrian saying good evening to everybody. Good evening back to you, Adrian, and to everyone in the chat. Everyone. Adrian saying hey to everybody. We got Coach's Corner up the Chelsea route. Fair play, getting the result. Thank you, Coach's Corner. Yeah.
That's Hanno.
Nice. Hanno, big up, dude. Now I had to remember to associate those two. ANGE out, Adrian says. Love it. Chris Peters in the house saying evening, what a game. Romero and VDB out. Well, for sure, man. I'll gloat later. I like the fact that ANGE persisted with this after an early yellow. That is a good point. We got to talk more about that for sure. Do you guys agree? I mean, like, it clearly to me seemed like I don't know. I mean, he played an extraordinary game, and I thought being on a yellow. I know how it is being on a yellow, and you're sort of afraid of tackles. But I've got quite a few red cards to my name. I'll be totally honest. So I wasn't that worried about the second yellow. But he played really intelligently and with no fear after a yellow card. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I think the yellow card worked in his favor.
Really, he had one foul that scared me. He pushed a dude over, pushed a guy in the back, scared me pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, he played really well. So yeah, big up Chris Peters. Agreed. Man of the match, the entire team, says Adrian. Chris says teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go, says Quez. Audio Artisan is saying evening to everybody. Graham's in the house. What a result. Yes, afternoon, Graham. What a result, man. Everyone's happy. These are the good shows. These are the fun ones. Mikey, what up, Mikey? Saying, well done, boys. That was my attempt at an accent that might sound like yours, but probably doesn't. Then we've got Graham saying, he's just saying hey to Chris Peters. And I think we've hit everybody except Daniel Sandoval's here. What's up, Daniel? I love the alien emoji that he uses, that you use, Daniel. It's nice. It's good stuff. And then, yeah. So guys, immediate thoughts after the game. Do you think that we had changed our style? Do you think we changed style in that match? I'm curious to know what you guys think about that.
You got to play who's in front of you.
Yeah.
I was on We Are Tottenham TV. I did the pump up this afternoon before the game.
Humble brag right there.
And I said no. I said then that for me, the game gets won or lost in midfield. Mm-hmm. They haven't got Rodri anymore to be their pivot. Kovacevic is their pivot. He's gone. I said that what's Gundogan playing the pivot role, and he's not done really well at all since he's come back from Spain. And I said the game will be won or lost in midfield. We clearly had the legs in midfield today, and what won us the game was the midfield. Look at the goals that we scored. They came from turnovers and the midfield playing well. Maddison scored twice. He's a midfielder. and that's where we won the game. The game was won in midfield today, and I said this before the game started. Man City. Listen, without the two pivots that we've got injured, but you got to play everyone. You still got to play everyone. We had two defenders missing, so we had two players missing, and Bentancur. They had their two monster pivots not playing. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Who goes to Manchester City, and wins 4-0 away?
Not Arsenal.
Who's the last team to go?
That's-
Who's the last team to go to Manchester and concede none and score 7 against both the sides? Sorry, Robert,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that I can't remember a side the last time someone went and did that in Manchester in a season. So,
Yeah.
but as I said, Ange is shockingly bad. He should be out because he hasn't got a clue, and the players don't want to play for him.
I was going to say as well, like he got his selection on point today, like putting Kuda back on the right, and that cross from Addis, beautiful.
Oh my God, there was some sublime play. I was really impressed with the one-touch flick. You know what I mean? We seem to kind of look for that flick on the wing, like sort of at the halfway line. Player will receive the ball and will do this cool like little flick to a runner. And it works a lot of the time. I don't know. I just like one-touch football, and I've seen a lot more of that. Or I saw a lot of it today against the best team in the league, or whatever. Whatever you think of them as, the genius that is Pep Guardiola. So, I think it's cool. We got to see, I think, what Ange is trying to create. I think that we're slowly seeing more and more of that. I think it was perfect. I think it was the perfect match today. So I noticed that we were like dropped back further. It seemed like at times. Do you think that was like out of necessity, or do you think the players?
That's what's a good thing. He changed it a little bit. We wasn't just going full front attack. We actually sat back a little bit and was taking more control, which was what I've been crying out for. And it worked today. And Cooley going back on the right, he controlled that side. And but it's just, I think the annoying thing for Robbo is like now Liverpool are 5 points clear, and they've still got a game in hand. So
true, but it's who do you dislike more, Robbo? Liverpool for sure, right? That's the bigger rivalry, I think.
100%. Liverpool is the number one enemy for me being a Man United fan. I'd much rather win. City would win 5 in a row than Liverpool to win 1. But it's not looking good at the moment. Liverpool look really good in City these last 5 games. And like you guys said, I know they were missing players, but so were Tottenham. Tottenham were missing their 2 main centre-backs. If you take 2 centre-backs out of any team, that's a big, big loss. And they coped with Haaland, then all of the attacking threat they have. And that's why it's so important in the first 10 minutes of a game to stay in a game, to not go a goal behind, because obviously the first 10 minutes City played really well, could have scored, but they didn't. And then then Tottenham grew into the game. And for the rest of the game, they're outstanding from the goalkeeper all the way. And even the sub, Werner comes on and absolutely makes Walker look like an old man. Do you know what I mean? Like every single Tottenham player done really well, and I hope that the media is more focused on how amazing Tottenham were than how poor City were. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they'll go on about the fact that Rodri was missing. Do you know what I mean? They've got injuries, but every team's got injuries. Do you know what I mean? Like Tottenham had injuries today, and they've gone to City and won 4-0. Like I don't know if anybody can answer this question. If anybody would know the odds of what the odds were on like the betting sites of what Tottenham were to win 4-0. If anybody can answer that, feel free, because that would have been an outrageous bet. But absolutely fair play to you guys.
I predicted 3-1 on the predictions league.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I picked 3-1 in the predictions league, so I was close, but not quite there. But what were you saying, Jamie?
I know Spurs tonight were just to win were 8-1, so 4-1, 4-0. I reckon that's probably in the hundreds. Must be.
Wild stuff, crazy stuff. I just think. Well, hold on. Let's get through some more of the chat real quick. A lot of it's everybody saying.
I would say what Robert says. What TalkSport are the worst for it. Like they will say how bad City were, but the Spurs won't get the praise. It happens to everyone. Like even when like Man United smash someone, they're like, "Oh yeah, but the others have got injury." That's the thing I hate about TalkSport.
Yeah, but I mean, let's fly under the radar. I don't want to have a bunch of pressure heaped on our guys anyway. So
yeah, no, but you want to praise them, don't you?
Yeah, I assume they'll be getting praise internally and praise from the coach, and that's really what matters, and then hopefully we can go on and do something this season. But I feel like we've shown before that if you heap tons of pressure on these guys, they don't do extremely well. Or at least that's how it's been in the past. But yeah, Robbo is 100%. I agree 100% with what you said about the first 10 minutes. It did look a little sketchy for Spurs. There was a while where we couldn't get out of our own half. But then, yeah, like you said, we grew into the game. I don't know. I basically just want to say, if is anybody Ange out if we continue to play like that? And the chat can answer me too. I just feel like that's and Jose, I would like to get your opinion on this. Do you think that that's the type of ball that Ange is aiming for? You know what I mean? I feel like that's the game. That's the way that he wants us to play. Yeah, I mean, it's not down to him that the players execute his plan. And so I think his plan clearly is one that works. And today was evidence of that.
Yeah, the way they play today is the way he wants them to play. But that today was as near as perfect as you're going to get, right? With the players we had, it's the nearest to perfect you're going to get. However, at the end of the day, you got to beat who's in front of you. Basically, that's what you got to do. And we beat a Man City team that was in front of us. We beat them convincingly. I wasn't frustrated. Jamie said he was pacing up and down watching the game, and he always does. I didn't pace. I was so calm sitting down just watching the game. I was calm. If you had a monitor on my heart rate and that, I was completely cool. I might as well be a Tour de France bicyclist. Low heart rate, no problems whatsoever. But then I'm normally like that. I don't get agitated in games and that. A game is what it is, but I suppose that comes with age. But yeah, today we played as well as we could play, I suppose. But like I said, the game was won in midfield. They've got no legs whatsoever, and the fact that he picked Basuma and he picked Sarr together, who played wellish last season, and you put what's his name? You put Maddison in there as well. Now Maddison's not the quickest, but he's got more legs than some of the midfielders that they've got. And for me, I said before the game as well, the way that he selected the team, I thought that out of possession would be a 4-5-1. I thought it'd be Son and Kulu dropping. And the reason why Johnson wasn't picked is because Johnson doesn't do enough on the defensive side. And we knew that City would have ball. I turned around and said today that when I saw the team lineups, I saw Savinho was playing, but not Doku. And I said, okay, today we're going to get Man City as a horseshoe, where they played a horseshoe football. They won't be attempting to cross the ball much because they've only got one player that can do it, Savinho, and they haven't got Doku on the other side. And all the things I was calling before the game actually transpired and happened. Maybe I am Ange Postecoglou in disguise.
Hold on a second. I have never seen the two of you in the same place at the same time. So
true.
It's the glasses. It's the whole Clark Kent stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I have never seen him without the glasses either. Wow, this is all starting to come together, and we've got an inside source.
But what I did say, I mean, in the predictions, I'm just going to say that because I see Daniel Coy's come in here. He predicted a 3-1 win for Man City, and I turned around and I said yesterday when I did the predictions yesterday, I turned around and said, regardless of who we play, I'm never ever going to go against my team, even though logic should say that you should go for certain teams away or at home or whatever. I will never ever go against my team, and I predicted us to win. And Daniel changed his prediction from 3-1 to City to 2-1 to Tottenham. Now he didn't get it right, but Tottenham won. He got a point for it, and I bet you Daniel Coy is over the moon with Tottenham's result today.
You have to be. Who wouldn't be? You can't not be. Robbo as an outsider. I mean, all of us have our Spurs glasses on. I tried to watch the last. I watched as a fan for the first, 2/3 of the match, but the last 25 minutes, I tried to really, really intently watch and kind of analyze. But as an outsider with no skin in the game, how did you feel about Spurs' performance?
Outstanding from like I said, the first 10 minutes. Like I said earlier, the first 10 minutes, it could have, if City score in that first 10 minutes, it's a completely different game. So important to stay 0-0 as much as you can and then go at them. And I think a lot of teams are sort of maybe figuring out how to play against City now, because obviously, but you have to give Spurs absolute credit. They played the game to perfection. Do you know what I mean? They knew exactly when to press, when to, drop deep and then counter attack, which the pace that the Spurs have in the team is probably one of the quickest in the league. Do you know what I mean? And they know that that's their strength. And City are going to come onto you. And Spurs picked all of their moments to counter at the perfect time. The pressing was fantastic. Kulusevski, I've said many times, hopefully he'll sign for Man United one day, but that's the dream. I love Kulusevski. I think he's such a good player on that right hand side, cutting in. The defense, outstanding. The keeper, absolutely. I mean, the saves he was making in that first 10 minutes and then throughout the rest of the game. Each player deserves 10 out of 10. I think you could have given any player that man of the match today. They just played City off the park and did everything perfectly, and that's what you want. And but yeah, they must, I said it earlier, they must wish they could go to Manchester every week to go to Man United and win 3-0 and then go to City and win 4-0. Absolutely amazing. So fair play to Tottenham. But you want to see that more consistently. Do you know what I mean? To Palace away and Ipswich at home, and then you go and get a result like that. It's just crazy, but fair play.
It's clearly is it a mentality issue? Is it the setup? I'm not 100% sure which is more to blame, but it really does seem like, and I've said this forever, and it's clear and obvious, and I'm not the only person to say this, of course, but that whenever we go to play teams like Ipswich, we just kind of pull up thinking that we're going to get a win, that we can kind of just cruise. We can go, play it like an 8 out of 10, level and just get the win and go home and shower and, and I feel like with these games, we get really up for it. We're really pumped up. I don't know how to change that mentality within the players, and it's crazy that it's persisted for so long. I mean, like maybe none of these players were the original players when it first appeared to be a problem.
It could be a mentality issue. Do you know what I mean? Because they, Tottenham beat Villa 4-1 a few weeks ago, and then lost at home to Ipswich. Do you know what I mean? And I know Ipswich played well, but you shouldn't, with all respect to Ipswich, Tottenham shouldn't be losing at home to Ipswich. And then after the international break, then they go and do that. It's just maybe they just need to treat every game as they're playing against a top of the table team. Do you know what I mean? To have that sort of mentality, but because that's the only thing killing Spurs at the moment is consistency. And I know they're only 3 points off the top 3 now, and only 4 points off City. But just imagine if the Palace game and the Ipswich game, they win those games, they're second place. Do you know what I mean? They need to get that consistency right at Tottenham. Yeah,
definitely. I can't argue with that at all. I think consistent performances like that, where we can beat anybody on any day. So. Yeah, Jamie, are you feeling this? Thank you, by the way, for that brilliant analysis of the match, Bravo. I appreciate it. Anytime I can hear somebody say nice things about Spurs, I just soak it in, because normally you don't hear it. Normally we're saying, "Oh, everybody was shit," but no, today was great, and it's nice to hear. And Jamie, are you less Ange out than you were prior to the match? You were saying if he loses by this match and then the Champions League, but the Europa League match, he's out. Do you think this? Do you feel differently now about him?
No, and the reason why is it's the consistency.
Yeah,
like Robbo said, like the games that we should be winning, like the Ipswich game, the Palace game, and then obviously 2-0 up at Brighton, losing that. Like we could have been technically joint top or top itself. So it's just little things like that. But he did something today which we've all been craving for, is he changed the tactics a little bit. We were defending, not just letting everyone go forward and then not worrying about the back. Everyone done their job today. And the thing I like the most, if Romero was playing, he always slows that ball down so much. And the boys at the back today, centre backs Davies and Radu, but just getting on with it. They weren't taking too long on the ball. They were getting the ball around quicker at the back, passing it around. This is what I liked.
Definitely, yeah. I think that with any manager coming in with any new style that you're learning, or a new system, I guess would be a better way to put that. there's just going to be an adjustment period. Like the company I work for is just an internet place. People get new internet, and there's like a problem in the first week, and they're like, "Is this how it's going to be?" And I'm like, "No. There's just sometimes transitional issues," and I think it's the same thing. And I think we're finally. I don't know. I say that every time after a win, but it seems like stuff is finally coming together. And if that's the case, then great. And I don't care how long it took. If we can consistently do that, or even mostly consistently do that, I mean, yeah, we're looking at something really special. So yeah, as the Chris Peters is saying that Madison left on the bench or subbed early, gave him a kick up the ass that he needed to have this effect in this match. You guys agree with that? That he was playing like he had something to prove today? It sure looked like it to me.
Yeah, but no, I think the good thing is, like, can it be his birthday every week now? Because it was outstanding. Off the ball, it was just as good.
You could tell he wasn't partying last night. He was saving that off for tonight, for sure.
Oh yeah, and I can't fault anyone. Like, I'm not sure who the next Premier League game we've got. I'm not sure if is it Fulham. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fulham at home next week.
Like, do you play Radu and Davis again? Because surely they deserve a spot, don't they?
Huh. It's good. I mean, that's good thinking. But I think they'll have to probably play together in the Europa League, and then if probably Romero will probably be fit by then, I'm guessing. And then I think you have to play Romero because I think you're going to run the risk of fatiguing everybody. We've got one of our homies. What's up, dude?
Hi guys.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. I'm doing a second time on the live stream. I hope everyone is doing fine. I'm Harrison. Lovely to meet you all.
Yeah. So we'll go around Harrison. That's Robbo above you. Next to Robbo is Jose, of course, Jamie, and then me, Colin.
Cool,
I'm waving at the camera even though my image isn't on. What idiot.
You're silly. You're silly. But Harrison, man, what a win. What a win. Ange Postecoglou out, right?
The thing is I've because I'm in London, I'm based in London, and I did like a couple interviews kind of like around the stadium, the last time when we faced them in the FA Cup. And then the funny thing is, like, I've asked around 15 person, it's like a quick one. So like I just asked them Ange in or Ange out. And then it's like all of them, they say, Ange in. And then, the video went okay viral, on Instagram, and then people arguing, kind of like in the comment section. And then it's just like people, after this game, like some of them just rush into the Instagram, just like, what now? What are you saying now? It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people too. I'm trying not to. I thought before the match, I thought we would win, but that's just kind of a Tottenham thing. I feel like City is a team that we beat pretty regularly, or at least get points off of regularly, and we play better against bigger name teams for some reason.
I just want to point out that Kulusevski is just amazing. Like because I think last season I got like some questions on him whether because he's a winger last season kind of, but he's not kind of that pacey. Like he had a good average speed, but he's not that pacey. And then there was like his unique body type. Like I'm not sure if he can do it in the long term in Premier League. But in this year, with the change from Ange, with him kind of like an inside forward, more like a central attacking midfielder position, it's just amazing.
Today he played on the wing though, and he did but I know what you're saying. Can he continue to play out there? But I think he uses his strength really well to make
against Gavardio. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He's deceptively strong, so I think that's how he makes up for his lack of pace. Personally, I think he's wonderful. Leave him in the midfield forever. I hope we don't ever lose Kulu. He might have been our best player today. He definitely, I don't know. He wins balls you don't think he's going to win. He creates chances. He always plays. It seems like he always plays a smart ball. Like his decision making is just top notch.
Especially for the third goal, like he ripped that defense apart, didn't he? And then that.
Oh my God, that was disgusting. Let's talk about that third goal.
Yeah.
Jose, what are you? So how many people? Okay, I'm trying to remember back. I probably pull it up, but I wonder how many people he beat. He beat at least 2 defenders with this cool little shimmy. I don't know. That it reminded me of Lionel Messi or something. Just his little Well, quick little, the ginger. We got the ginger Messi on our team now, and
It reminded you of Lionel Messi.
yeah, just a bit.
There's your trailer for your podcast. Kulusevski is like Leo Messi. There's your trailer. All right.
There you go. Yes, exactly.
Are you
That's
slightly
well
biased by saying that though, Colin? That he was like Messi. Sorry, can I just say I just want a big shout out because it's your show, but a big shout out to Ryan G because Wolves went away to Fulham today and also banged in a 4-goal win, 4-1.
Yeah, fair play to them.
And for Ryan and for the Wolves supporters, they've been having a really rough time this season. And in my predictions competition, in prediction show that we do, there's a lot of people that show the love to Ryan and went for an away victory today just because they want Ryan to win and for Wolves to win for Ryan. So big up to Ryan and to Wolves today for doing a number on Fulham, who we play next. So let's take the blueprint from what Wolves did.
Hell yeah, absolutely. That's
Funny,
incredible.
An interesting story between me and Wolves is, I mean, I have a really good friend that's playing in the PL2 for Wolves, and then I've been talking to Gary O'Neill a couple months ago in an event, and then like he's genuinely one of the nicest guy like I've ever talked to, and it's amazing to see that Wolves did not give up on him because I mean, with his result this season, with Wolves, I just feel like it's just amazing that he's not sacked yet, as in a standard of Premier League, and now he's doing this like wonderful game. I hope they can keep on doing well, and I hope they're actually doing good.
Yeah, I was going to say the thing with Wolves though, like they've been playing really well, just not getting the results, and VAR has been a bit of a bitch towards them. But yeah, no, like they won today, it's really good.
Absolutely. I just wanted to big up. There's a couple of people I haven't really said hey to. I hope I don't miss anybody. But Nita's here, of course. Nita, hello, Nita. Nick from Roundtable Talk. We've got Benny Guy. What's up, Benny Guy? Who else we got in the house? Destiny 5, of course. Ryan G, we said hi to. And then Tekken's here. I knew I saw another name. Tekken. What is up, Tekken? There was a comment in here I like. Oh, and AJ. His comment's up on the screen right now. AJ's here. Big love to AJ. For everyone that doesn't know, by the way, everybody, this is Harrison who's joined us. Harrison, can you put your link in the private chat for some of your work so we can show people? There's like a private chat on the right there. Cool. I just want to get your stuff up too.
Appreciate that.
And then Robbo, will you drop yours in there too if you can?
Yeah, no worries.
You're the man. And everybody, so make sure.
And mine's on the screen.
There we go. I was going to say, everyone that
that's about. Yeah, you boys do it. Mine's on the screen.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, everybody, please subscribe to Jose. He has a channel. And then we've got Robbo Reacts. He's on TikTok and now YouTube. He's got a channel we're going to throw up. And then we got Harrison who does some cool content. Harrison, you want to kind of describe to everybody just like the stuff that you do?
Yeah, so I'm a videographer in the football industry. I work with different players, and at the same time, I'm working on my own content, which is very interesting because I'm posting literally every day right now. So literally after the game, straight after, in 15 minutes, I've already posted a post. It's doing decent. And, that's kind of how I'm growing my crowd. And I sometimes go to interview people, kind of like nearby the stadium and everything. I'm trying to brand myself as a Spurs supporter. And obviously, I'm a Spurs supporter for a long, long time. So, yeah.
Boom. I love it. You can't get any better than that, everybody. That's Harrison. He's awesome.
Harrison did a good video, which I've watched a few times, where it was saying, like, how my wife's gonna feel if I name my kids Kulusevski, which was like,
yeah, it's just Dayan. If I name my kid Dayan, like there's only one reason, just like, yeah, it's crazy.
Guys, look at this. Peter, guys, is in the house. What is up, Peter? Good to see you, man. Pete the paramedic.
You're a bit late to the party, Peter. I've already called for ANGE to be out, and I've said that he's shocking and he's lost the dressing room. And no one wants to play for him. His tactics are horrible. He keeps his hands in his pockets. He doesn't scream. He doesn't shout. It's shocking. He should leave the club right now.
No passion, nothing.
And I agreed with Jamie for once because Jamie said that we should have had Tuchel in, and I agreed with Jamie and said Tuchel should have been our manager for today.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Pete, good to see you, man. Look at this. You never go into all that. Pete gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Pete.
And they've gone to Nita, Spurs GCTV,
get in, Grant.
AJ,
Yes, the whole crew.
Round Table Talk,
Whoa,
and Destiny 5.
dang, those are some people that are pretty frequently here and in the chat. So that means you guys all have to come on the member show once we finally do one of those. Thank you for the kind gift, Peter. We truly appreciate you, big dog, and I hope you're doing well. Keeping everybody in line in Australia isn't easy. It's a big place, but I know you can do it. So yeah, Pete, what do you think about the win, though, mate? What do you think? I know you're Ange out. You've been Ange out for a while. Only because you want him to go to a place where he's actually valued. Oh, like sneak attack. But no, Peter, I said that before. Go to a place where you're all welcome. He says, "I love that." Boom. Oh, and he means for the things, but I thought he meant for Ange. I thought you meant for Ange, Peter. Well, thank you for Ange as well. From one Australian to another. But yeah, so guys, I'm just elated, over the moon. There's nothing really bad to pick out of the performance. In fact, I saw in some corners, I saw that Vicario was pushing people, made me really, really happy. He was shoving and pushing and tussling, and he made some absolutely phenomenal saves.
Kept us in the game 100%. And
oh
how
my
good
God.
he was so good on set pieces, which was weird.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey. Yeah. Sorry about that. My computer is about to die. I gotta go grab my charger, or else I'm gonna have an awkward goodbye. So I'll be back in 2 seconds, everybody. But Jamie's in charge. So.
No, I don't like being in charge. God, it's so stressful.
Okay, Jose's in charge.
Well, everyone, I'm in charge, am I? Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so my thing's.
Are you? I'll ask you guys. Any surprises on today? I mean, obviously the result. People are going to. It's no surprise if you watch the game, but before the game started, everyone would be surprised if you gave them a 4-0 scoreline to Tottenham. Is there anything today that stood out for you guys in the way that we played, or the setup, or the way that Because today we beat Man City. It wasn't. Today we beat Man City, so today we should take the plaudits for we played and we beat Man City at their ground. It doesn't matter who's in their team. So in the last 3 weeks, we've beaten Man City's A team, B team, and C team. So is there anything that surprises you guys?
I was surprised that Johnson didn't start a little bit, but I liked it. I would have thought that Kulu would have started in the midfield, and that we would have, seen him and Madison in midfield together.
I actually think today, the substitution and everything was on point. It's funny that we did not stop attacking after 3-0. Like I thought, typical Tottenham is like, oh, we're just gonna 3-0 or 2-0, we're gonna sit for a little bit. But we scored 2 more goals. I mean, Timo Werner, credit to him. He's a terrible player, but he got some legs. He got some pacey legs.
Terrible player. Take that back.
How did Timo not win Ballon d'Or? Like, it's fucking unbelievable.
It's rigged. Big teams, only the big teams can win it.
I think it's so funny. Like I believe everyone like that watched like Tottenham just now when he's making that run, like, and then we're gonna like slowly scan through kind of like in the middle who was running in, and I was like, please just do what you can do, just pass it in the center, like please just do a normal cross, there's nothing you need to do, just run and then just pass, and then when it makes it, I'm just so happy,
Yeah, I was literally like, when he was on the run, I was shouting like, cross it now, you're taking
cross it, please, cross. And then but the thing is, I believe he got the pace to actually, I think he made the perfect run. Like he did not stop, he did not do the little he did not really do like the little body fake and everything. He just go like run straight, and then just pass it, which is amazing.
Yeah, made Kyle Walker. Yeah, Kyle Walker ate his death.
I think Kyle Walker's pretty much done now, isn't he? Like,
stop it! Don't make excuses, dude. Timo Werner skinned Kyle Walker.
He's done now. Like,
he's done because Timo Werner just ended his career.
Yeah, but in a straight line, let's be fair, in a straight line, Timo Werner will beat most people in a straight line.
Yeah.
Timo Werner is quick. He'll beat most people in a straight
Not
line.
me, but most people.
The only person he isn't beating in a straight line at Tottenham, or a bendy line, or a circle, or a square, or a triangle, is Mickey van der Ven. Because Mickey van der Ven is cheat code for football.
Yes.
R1, up, down, left, right, circle, square.
Yeah, he's cheat code, isn't he? So,
but yeah, Jose, I loved your question about was anybody surprised by anything? And I was sort of surprised at the exclusion of Johnson. What surprised you? Anything? I knew I was praying to God that would be our center back pairing, and it wouldn't have to be something even more sketchy. So, Dragic in the lineup was refreshing to me. But
I love it. I actually think Dragic and Ben Davis is probably better than Dragic and Romero. There's just something. It's a chemistry.
Well, Ben Davis is just a veteran, dog. He's been in the game.
He's just a calming influence, isn't he? He's just a calming influence. I even said this earlier on We Are Tottenham TV. I said, look, when it comes back to next week, to the Fulham game, and Romero's likely to be back, it'll be interesting to see whether he pairs Romero with Davis, because Davis is the naturally left-footed player, and also Davis is far calmer than Dragic. In saying that, Dragic had a good game today, but towards the end of the second half, he got given a ball and he didn't know what to do with it. He just kept running with the ball, couldn't control it, and then he kicked it out of play instead of passing to the player. He needs time to adjust to the Premiership, because the Premiership is far quicker than the Italian league, and he just needs time to adjust.
That's fair. I could see that. I don't know. I think Dragic is going to work. I think he's going to work with us for sure. Do I think that this high line stuff is the most suited best for him? Maybe not, but players can adapt and can become good at things. I mean, you can improve portions of your game that are maybe lacking. I think he'll do great. He seems like he's got great defender's instincts. Not afraid to put his body on the line. Strong enough to go up against anybody. And his pace isn't terrible. So, seems like he's going to make it. Guys, here is Robbo's link. Everybody check him out on the old Tickety Talk. Robbo reacts. He does, obviously, match reactions. He does weekly predictions where if he doesn't get – what's your percentage you have to get right?
So I've got to get over half right. So I've got to get 6 or more right to avoid doing some stupid forfeits, which I think I'm on – just having a quick look now. I'm only on 3 out of 7 so far, so I need the next 3 right to avoid this week. Yeah, I need Liverpool. I need Liverpool to win, which pains me. I need United to win. I need Newcastle to win. So forget those 3. But yeah, I mean, like I said to you guys in the chat, I was more than happy to be wrong for the Tottenham game. I didn't see that result come in. I thought City would have come out and come out with all guns blazing after losing 4 in a row, but fair play to Tottenham. So I didn't see that coming. But there we go. So that's cost me another score. What else did I had Villa to beat Palace. Palace got a draw out of that. And Fulham at home against Wolves. Sorry, Ryan, but I had Wolves to lose, and so maybe you can thank me that the fact that Wolves won, because my predictions are more wrong than not. So fair. So maybe Tottenham and Wolves can thank me that both of your good teams won today.
Wasn't it mostly away teams won today? Wasn't it? There's only Arsenal that won at home.
I saw AJ's comment. Did you see AJ's comment?
Yeah, I did. I just
the only home team to win, weren't they?
Yes. So far this week, Arsenal, the only home team to win this week, which is so out of 7 games, only 1 home win. So, it just goes to prove you just never tell with the Premier League. Any result is possible, and
betting against Tottenham's not good. They're the team that'll do the thing you least expect. So,
I predicted 4-0 City, didn't I? So
you were almost right.
So,
yeah.
I'm just sending AJ the link now.
I've WhatsApped him already. Don't worry.
Oh, you already snapped me out, beat him?
Yeah, I don't know already. Yeah.
You're the man, AJ. Hopefully we see you soon, bud. Miss you. I'd love to have you on. I thought you were in the group, and I thought you would have got the group chat. What the heck? Anyway, Parker's in the house saying hello, guys. What's up, Parker? Hope you're doing well.
Anyway, guys, before I carry on, I'm gonna bid you guys goodbye. Very thanks for having me on to join in the joyous occasion of your fantastic result today. Hopefully, you'll all hope that Man United get a good result yet tomorrow in Amarim's first game in charge away to Ipswich. So I'm sure you'll all be rooting for Man United, for my sake anyway. And then, yeah, I will join you guys again soon.
Sounds great, my man. Thank you so much. Everybody, make sure we'll put your link up more times too throughout the show.
Take it easy, guys. All the best.
Cheers,
buddy. See ya. And guys,
I like
that is Bravo. He's great people, yeah, for sure. So guys, I don't know. Did you think, man, the build-up play just looked different today? Something about today was just perfect. Who was it? Was it you who used this term, or was it Ian, Jose? Somebody said that with Ange, his strikers are often kind of like a sacrificial lamb, and they don't like do a whole lot to the naked eye if you're not watching them, but they're constantly pressing and winning the ball back and making runs and occupying space.
At Celtic, at Celtic, they were the little guy that they're playing in the 9.
Diogo, right?
Yeah, he was the sacrificial lamb for them back then.
Solanke's doing that now, it looks like.
Yeah, but Solanke, the thing about Solanke is, and we discussed this again earlier on on what TTV, that, and I said that Solanke is the most important player in this team for today's game before the Man City game, because he leads the press. Everything defense and attack starts with Solanke. And Solanke may have not got the goals that we want him to get so far, but it all starts with Dom. Big bad Dom, it all starts with him. And, you know, you fire balls at him. And the difference with Solanke and Richarlison is that the ball sticks to Solanke. Solanke can trap the ball. The ball sticks to him, whether he hit him in the chest, whether you give him it at waist high, whether he gets it thigh high, shin high, wherever you give it, he traps the ball, he brings it under control, and he can hold the defenders off. He's got strength, and he can hold the defenders off. Everything starts with Solanke. And I said that Solanke would be the most important part of the player today, and I said that he'd give that defence a run around because he'd harass them non-stop. And, you know, he set up Porro for the third goal.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. He set up, how many points do I get for that?
Hey, guys, look what the cat dragged in. It's AJ. AJ, long time no see, buddy.
Cat being the operative word.
Oh, dear.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, man. Buzzing. What a great result, eh?
Yeah.
We can't do it against.
Can't believe it.
We can't do it against big teams, though. We can't do it against top teams. We can't do it against the best team in the league. We can't do it away from home. So, you know, it is what it is.
It was a fluke. Manchester City had a terrible game. Ange out.
We lucked our way to 4 goals.
Yep. Every single, I mean, think about it. Individual errors led to all those goals.
And I have it on good authority that Kulu is absolutely useless on the right and can't contribute anything. He is absolutely ineffective on the wing.
Finally, someone said it. Thank God for that.
Only 4-0 as well. I mean, come on, like 6 or 7 was what I was expecting.
Right? Come on.
Jesus.
Exactly that. What a result.
No, incredible, and it shows you. I was telling everybody else that this is what Ange is trying to create. He wants consistently. I mean, so if he's implemented this style to the team, and they've shown that they can play it, is it Ange's fault when the players don't? Is it Ange's fault when the players don't play this well? Even because they've shown they can do it.
I've tried saying this and explaining this to people. This is just my opinion. The manager can be called into for accountability when it comes to not making the substitutions or not tweaking the formation if we're getting battered. But if you select a team that 1 week has gone away or won against a top team, a top 6 team at home, and we play really well, if you then use that same team the following week and they don't perform, what's changed in that week? Nothing other than the mentality and the work rate of the players. The manager has to be held accountable for the things that he can control. Once he has selected a team of 11 professional athletes, professional football players, the onus is on them to get on the pitch and do their job properly. If they don't work hard, if they don't put in a shift, okay, the manager could tweak it, could pull off people and put someone else on, but fundamentally, you've got to take pride in what you do. Once the players get onto that pitch, they've got to do the job. And if they don't, that's not the manager's fault. If the team isn't performing, we can't make 11 substitutions. So you have to apportion the blame where it is deserved. And those that don't like Ange will blame him for absolutely everything. Those that love Ange will not have a bad word said against him. There's got to be balance. There's got to be middle ground. Today, I think he got everything right. He got the setup right. He got the personnel right. Madison, for once, had a point to prove. I don't think he likes being left out of the team. He played incredible today. Absolutely incredible. He showed. The thing is, we know he's technically a good player. We know he's got the ability. But what we don't often see from Madison is the fight, is the willingness, the determination to run on beyond Solanke, to break into the box, to drive at people. We don't often see that. Today, I think he has tried to stake his claim for the starting number 10. And what an option that is. If we've got Kulu and Madison both playing well, both vying for that number 10 role, that's only a good thing for Spurs, right?
I love that what they accomplish differently. I feel like the passes you're going to get from Kulu and the passes you're going to get from Madison are totally opposite. I feel like Madison doesn't play it on the ground as much as Kulu does. I feel like Madison dribbles less than Kulu does, but I feel like you get the same end result. And it's just neat that depending on the opposition or depending on the what you're facing, you've got some variable options when it comes
100%.
to your creative player, because there's more than one way to unlock a defense, and they're evidence of that because they do it completely differently, in my opinion. So man.
They're both creative players, both very creative players, but both completely different, which is why it's so good to have that versatility. It's so good to be able to change and tweak the way you're playing. Madison can also drift out left and play out left if needed. Kulu can play out wide right if needed. So, I mean, that attack led by Solanke, who I don't understand for the life of me. I can't believe some of the stuff I've read recently from people expecting Solanke to be putting in Harry Kane-esque performances. Some of the best performances Kane ever produced in a Spurs shirt, and some people are expecting that from Solanke week in, week out. Solanke, I think that's 6 goal contributions in 10 games now, in a season where he didn't have a pre-season with us. So he came in cold. Yeah, he had a pre-season with Bournemouth, but he didn't have a pre-season with us. So he's come in cold, learnt the system, got injured, and he's still got 6 goal contributions in 10 games. But apparently that isn't enough. Since when is that not enough?
You're preaching to the choir, my man. I fully agree with that. It's just there's just no patience these days, and I feel like it takes a bit of patience to build something really good. There's all kinds of cliches. Obviously, Rome wasn't built in a day.
I like to think of it as expectation versus reality. Like, we all want better, we all want to be challenging, we all want to be winning silverware, but in reality, we're a way off that. But you've got to be heading in the right direction. These same people that will tell us we're a small club and we don't act like a big club and we can't compete are the same people demanding we compete. So how can they have both? It's ludicrous. It's insanity.
Definitely. Man, I couldn't agree more. Thank you. It's so refreshing. Whenever I don't talk to AJ for a while, and he's my he feels the same way as me about a lot of stuff. So it's nice to have a compatriot. But I'm sure a lot of you guys feel this way. I mean, I just think that if given time, Ange can build a title challenging squad. I really do. I know that sounds wild, probably, but I hope this game gives us some momentum. It should. It really should. And I just can't tell you how happy I am. AJ, another thing I mentioned earlier before you were on was like the one-touch build-up play that I was seeing. Kind of off the wings. It was like the player would receive the ball like kind of up the halfway line, but like on the byline, and they would do like a cool little flick on to another player, and we did that like a lot of times, and it was successful. Yeah, it was successful a lot. It's just cool to see the faster build-up play. I don't know. To me, it just seems like things are falling into place.
I think it's no surprise to me that our build-up play from the back has significantly increased and Romero isn't on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
I said that.
I'm done. I'm done with Romero, and I'm sick and tired of people lobbying him as this world class defender. Because for me, any world class player, you can have off days, but they have to. You have days where things don't fall for you, where you mistime a challenge. You can have those sorts of days, but the graft has still got to be there, right? You've still got to put in the effort, and Romero puts in the effort when he wants to. That's not a world class player. That's you're not world class. World class, you take pride in your efforts and you give 100% regardless of what's going on. He
Or who the
doesn't.
opposition is, or even if it's Ipswich, or even if it's, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly. Put an Argentinian shirt on him, we're talking a different player.
Right.
I think
put him against, I think he would have played well against City today, for what it's worth. I just think he can't
he's
get it.
already off. He's already off to Madrid in my mind. I think he's already gone. He's had his head turned. He doesn't care. The drive, the determination, the passion isn't there. Because you see that 1 week he plays really well, the next he's absolutely terrible. And we had, let's face it, they're our third and fourth choice centre halves, right, today, and they were exceptional. Dragusin and Davies were excellent today, absolutely excellent. For me, I think our best centre half partnership performance this season, and they're our third and fourth choice. So if we can get some consistency, if our first two, Romero and Van der Ven, can replicate that sort of form in a game, that's half the battle, right? If we can shut goals out, we've scored more than any other team. We've had more shots on goal than any other team, and we've conceded. I think City have definitely conceded more than us now. But I think
let's look at City. Sorry, I tried to get that in there. I haven't gloated enough yet. Yeah.
It's only Arsenal and Liverpool that have conceded less than Spurs, and apparently we're terrible defensively. But we've conceded.
I think a couple of bad games have gotten into people's heads. But real quick, Jose was saying he's going to have to jump off. I wanted to make sure we give him a proper send off and that he doesn't have to leave in a hurry. Everybody, Jose, our lovely panelist up in my top left. I think it's everybody's top left. This beautiful man in the gray sweatshirt. He's got a channel of his own. It's called El Tal Cockerel. I appear there whenever he'll have me, and it is down in the corner. So everybody check that out. Head on over, say what's up to him, and hit a like, take part in some of his fun shows. But yeah, Jose, thanks for being on, buddy. It's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having me, but it was just AJ's jumped off because I was going to ask the question. Yeah. So I'll leave you with a question, and I'll leave the chat with a question. Next week against Fulham, who's the two starting centre backs? Romero's fit. Who's the two starting centre backs? I'll leave that with the chat to decide, and I'll watch from the background.
Sounds good, buddy. Hey, thanks
for having Harrison. Take care, mate. Nice meeting you.
Take care. Nice to meet you, mate.
And in the chat, keep smashing the like button for this channel.
Hit the like. Come on, guys. We're making our way back. We're making our way back. And hopefully AJ
supporting the boys because they've had a bit of a rough time. So support the boys, yeah?
You're a good man, Jose. We appreciate you, buddy.
Cheers,
lads. Later.
Cheers, buddy.
Laters.
Boom, boom. Then there were three. And like I said, hopefully AJ comes back. I liked what he was inputting. I kind of cut him off. Hopefully he doesn't feel slated by me. And if that is the case, AJ, I do apologize. I'm the king of cutting people off. I'm kind of a rude host. Destiny says, I've never seen Ben Davies look so calm. That perfectly leads into the question Jose was asking. I mean, Harrison, what about you, man? Do you put Romero back in if he's fit?
Do you know what? I mean, kind of, just responding to AJ, I don't think, selling him to Madrid is the only way. But I think all we need to do, like really importantly, all we need to do is actually let him acknowledge that he's actually not going to be guaranteed having the play time. Because, fans obviously, I realize that. But I think even in the club, inside the club, they start to realize that, Romero is probably not the king of the defender. We can actually have we have rights to drop him in some matches. So it's very important that he needs to acknowledge that. And even if he recovered, I reckon we actually played Davis and
Dragoshin.
And Dragoshin, yeah, because I genuinely feel like Dragoshin, we need to we can judge him after he play in a consecutively around like 5-6 matches, and then we can talk, because it's always like, okay, he's here for a little bit, and then one of the two recovers, and then he
Right
dropped
back
again, and he back again. So it's kind of like, oh, I remember like even last season, like the end of last season or something, there's like couple times that it's kind of like that. He had a good run, but unfortunately, and then he go back to the sub again, and then it's kind of like on and off, and then I remember like I think we tried like 1 game or 2 games, kind of like 3 back or something, and it doesn't end well or anything. But I just reckon that we actually need to play Dragoshin a little bit more. Like, don't listen to the agent of his. I know it's super annoying, but just hopefully he can just play his football. He prove us that he worths it. I think it's good for him. It's good for us that if he play really well, if he put on the level that he's putting for Romania in international game, then I feel like then we can actually not play Romero, but we can still sell him for 80 million, because I think he actually the World Cup winning, like that name.
That's true. That does help raise his price tag. Yeah.
So like I think he like Romero reached a point that we don't actually need to play him anymore, but he also stay in the same price. It's not like benching him and then he's gonna drop price because he's Romero. Everyone knows a Romero now. It's kind of like that.
So there is some the chat is kind of weighing in as well. But no, Harrison, thanks for your input there, man. I agree. I think that for the Romanian national team, Dragoshin's a beast. I do think they deploy him in a bit deeper of a role, but it seemed like today I couldn't tell. So normally one of our defenders kind of pushes up a bit more to get play started, and the other one sits back just a bit more. It's usually Romero that's pushing up, and it's usually they kind of take turns. But did you guys notice much of that today? I didn't notice Ben Davies getting up the field much. I was glad. He needed to stay back and focus on defending. But I mean, Dragoshin made a couple nice passes in the build-up. It just wasn't, there wasn't any of that Van de Ven taking the ball all the way up the pitch by himself. There was none of the Romero taking a long time on the ball to, pick out his passing option finally, to dawdle on the ball. So maybe that's a good thing. Like everybody's saying, maybe that's
I mean, defender, like the name speaks for itself. The first mission, the number one mission is to defend. If you can defend well, attack is just another extra point if he's good at it. Defending is just important as a whole. So yes, so I just feel like we just keep on need to play Dragoshin and Davis. I think one more point that I want to raise is that I just feel like it's so important as in the communication in the squads. Like obviously I can tell that Romero and Dragoshin probably did not get along that well. So by observing the chemistry on the field, I just feel like Davies is a nice guy. Obviously, everyone knows that he's been here for more than 10 years. He's the best mate of Heung-min everything. Just kind of speaks for him as like the James Milner in our team, kind of. So
yeah, I've said that before. Thank you. I've literally said that exact same thing. That he can play multiple positions. He's a veteran. He's not great, but he's not terrible. I
think every good team needs some veterans, and it's not like the Ronaldo-esque veterans where like he's still leading a team, kind of like starting, but like we need a guy to actually, be the lubricant of the whole team, just kind of like smoothing everything up,
Yeah, wherever there's trouble, he could step in. I love it. Yeah, thank you for noticing that, Harrison. That makes me very happy. But I'm not the only one that thinks that.
I like Davis.
I do too. I've been defending him for a couple of years hard whenever he was getting a lot of stake.
I always like Davis. I mean, sometimes he got exposed, but same as James Milner,
But he was key in that defense under Conte. You know what I mean? He was key in Conte's 3-man defense. But welcome to the show, everybody. Adrian is here. Mr. Adrian Soroka from Spurs Diehards TTID. Have you met Harrison, Adrian?
I don't think so. Hi,
Harrison. Adrian. Yep. Harrison's a good guy. He's a videographer. He works with like football players and is growing. Don't name drop for us, Harrison. Who's the biggest name person you've done a video for?
Ronaldinho, or the biggest one. Yeah,
you guys heard it here. I didn't want to name drop him for you, but yeah, he's a big dude. He's big time. So it's good to have him on the show. But Adrian, what a match, right? I mean, like everyone's saying, Ange out. He's lost the dressing room. You know, all that stuff, right?
Well, he'd never lost the dressing room anyway. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
like Football Insider. I
Yeah.
mean, when you lose the dressing room, heads drop. I mean, you remember under Conte and Mourinho and all that, you could see like Kane didn't want to press, Sonny didn't want to press, and all that. But we never see that against Man City in the Carabao Cup. We know, and we see the best pressed ever against Aston Villa. All right, then we go. I'm like, and we lose to Ipswich. Okay, so you always get this. You all get this like knee-jerk reaction from a bipolar fan base. I mean, there are probably some that don't like Ange. That's fair enough. You know, we've had managers I haven't liked and players, but I'll always back them while they're at the club. You know, so yeah, so it never was. And you got Ben Jacobs talking about there's not even been a conversation at board level about Ange. They're sticking with him anyway. So, and he's a bit more in the know than, let's say, some of these lower tier media outlets that constantly churn out absolute rubbish. You know, the ones that link us with Harry Winks in the transfer window. You know,
What the hell was that about? Yeah, for sure.
If you want one way to destroy your even pathetic news outlet, come up with stuff like that, right? And we've also seen a lot of turning heads and all that. Well, you know, and you get them, don't you? And it's constant. It doesn't stop. It's going to gather pace, because you know, transfer winners in January. You know, so all this rubbish is going to gather pace. But I mean, as a fan, as a discerning fan, I sort of sift through it all, and I form my own opinions. You know, I don't believe what's written in print. You know, and I don't believe what half these so-called pundits say because they're not experts. I mean, when they ask such stupid questions, you think, well, how do you not know the answer to that, right? How long you been doing your job?
Football players aren't known to be like the smartest people a lot of the time. No offense.
Well, not all pundits are football players, though. You know,
true.
so
Yeah, that's true.
you know,
Very
so there's that. But the game itself, fantastic. The whole team deserved man of the match. I mean, they showed a maturity, right? Beyond what is the development of this squad, because we've got 11 players under 24 years of age. And like, my perspective, I don't call them seasoned pros. Others might if they played a fair few games, but not for me. They've still got developing to do. And like, we will see. We've got to prove our consistency, and we haven't been consistent. We are inconsistent. So as a team, as a squad, so we've got to show it that we can go on a run. I think this squad is more than capable of going on a run, not just because of this result. I've always thought they were good enough. They're a better squad than we've had before. Others would argue that, oh, yeah, but the players we got rid of weren't regular players in the team. Yeah, they may not have been regular players in the team, but they took up places in the squad.
Yeah.
So I don't have that argument, right? That's not an argument for me. So, and now I think the squad's technically better. I think Ange got absolutely everything right today. I did post. I'm not trying to be clever after the fact.
Oh, that Kulu was going to play on the wing?
Yeah, back Kulu on the wing. I posted everywhere. I said, look, if it was me, he would give us a bit more solidity on there. Although I expected Man United to be a bit more dominant, Man City to be more dominant than they were and push us back. And then I was thinking, I was having a counter idea. Oh, well, if we're really pressed back for 75% of the game, then Decky won't really need to help Porro defending because we'll be defending most of the game anyway. So, I mean, I'm not being clever, but I just thought going back even to the first 10 games, we won 8 and drew 2 last season.
Mm-hmm.
You had Madison, Basuma and Sara midfield, and you had Decky on the right before. And look, Johnson, he's looking better than I thought he was. I didn't want him at the club. He's looking better, you know. I've been very critical of their back five recently, but you doggy.
So what do you think though? So in the vein of that,
sorry, go on. I'm going.
No, my fault. No, I was just going to say in the vein of that, Jose left us with a question, and you haven't answered it yet because you weren't here. Who do you start if Romero's fit next weekend? Do you start him versus Fulham, or do you play the same defending pair we had today?
I play Romero every day and twice on Sundays.
Dang,
he's our best defender by a country mile. And I get why Spurs fans think VDV, if he was fit, very sexy player and all this, like, because of his pace. VDV's still got to prove it to me, positional play-wise, that he can defend deep. because a lot of our problems recently have been that we give away scoreboard error goals, and it's not about the system. It's nothing to do with the system. It's something, it's too high a line. And we've only conceded 1 goal from a high line, 2 goals from set pieces. So it's nothing to do with the system. Crap defending is crap defending under any system. And we've been rubbish, right? Our defending has been absolutely awful, right? But today, to win at Man City 4-0, not concede a goal, keep a clean sheet. I mean, Dragerson, a couple of times he sort of didn't know what to do with the ball, stick or twist. He put it in a touch a couple of times. He's still developing. He's 22, and he needs at least, he needs a series of games alongside VDV, and he needs a series of games alongside Romero. Well, Romero's down to his last 2 years of his contract at the end of the season. If you don't want to sign a new one, goodbye. Thanks for your service. We'll sell it. And we should be ruthless like with any player. You could be crafty and take gamble, buy a gamble with players like Romero down to 2 years.
Okay, no worries.
If say Real Madrid are that desperate to get a central defender in, and you force Romero to stay, starting his, second penultimate year in his contract, then that might force Real Madrid to go and get another central. They might go for Saliba at Arsenal or someone like that, and then Romero's options are sort of cut off suddenly. Like, you can do that to sign a player, but do you really want to keep a player that's not that happy? I don't want any players that don't want to play for my football club. Get out.
A lot of people have said that it looks like he's already got his head turned and that he's been,
No.
You don't believe it?
That you get a sneering element amongst the fans that want to look for things like that. He's always been professional. And when they say, he's been at fault with his goals, what goals has he been at fault with? He's been caught upfield coming back, but don't forget he's got 5 goals going forward last season. He scored this season, getting up there. All right, he might have timed a long run, but you go in that system, when you move forward, there must be someone else who's designated who comes in and takes your spot. And don't blame him for the goals being upfield, because we've had more than enough. We've had 6, 7, 8, even 9 players in our penalty area when we've conceded goals.
There's just ones where the ball's gone in behind him and he doesn't track the flight of the ball. I don't know. Again, I can't give you specific examples because I am a casual kind of. But
he gets criticised for not moving the ball quickly. 2 things to that.
Yeah.
One thing is occasionally, yes, I would agree, and I'm looking at the overall plan when I'm at the stadium for all the home games,
Right.
And the other thing is, what you won't see on the telly that I'm seeing is there's no movement in front of him. I actually think with Morel that it's good, and you don't get VDV want to progress the ball. He'll turn and give it to Romero. So he's got to build that confidence himself, because all the players at the back should be able to progress the ball.
Yeah, if you only have one
VDV
player
doesn't
that's
do
doing it, they're easy to isolate and cut off, and you cut off the supply from. Yeah.
So then now I'm looking to a midfielder, right? Now,
Jamie's got to shoot. We just want to say bye, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie.
Sorry,
See you,
boys. I'll
buddy.
speak to you in a bit.
Thank you,
I'm
Jamie.
stepping stuff. I got to watch it with my partner.
Now, if you get,
buddy.
Bye.
we have been linked. I did post videos. Remember, we have been linked for Angel Gomez, who played for England recently. If Romero was hitting the ball to someone like Angel Gomez, who's got fantastic vision and a long pass on him, you wouldn't see the delay and a pass out to Brennan Johnson on the wing or Son on the other wing, because Angel Gomez would ping one out there. I think it would be. Will we get him? That's the summer. We're not looking for midfielders in the transfer window.
Right.
We're looking for a left back, so we'd probably get Dogu. But
I think we played. So I guess my argument is that everything looks so good and so tight today compared to other times when it hasn't. When Romero has been on the pitch, he's just coming back from an injury. We have a pairing that has kept the great Man City quiet. I think you should stick with the same defenders. I really do. I think.
Well,
it
wasn't
a
so
calming
much
influence.
we won the midfield battle.
Their
midfield just couldn't function. I mean, you wondered why Pep didn't bring on De Bruyne earlier, or maybe a Grealish earlier.
They must have been hardly fit. That's my only guess. Is that they weren't even
we
quite
did it
fit.
in midfield, and you could see the plan: keep them out wide, push them out wide, keep them out wide, where they're less of a threat, and then you got more chance for other players getting into the position. and we tracked their runners and like. Look,
they didn't have a few
Davis-
times where they got through. There were a few times, you know.
And they had chances to score. I think the first one, the first chance Haaland had where, and big shout out to Vicario, because he made some good saves.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But that one in the first 10 minutes, because we started a bit shaky, to be honest, that first 5 or 10 minute spell, to find any sort of rhythm. Once we got in our rhythm, we were fine. But that save with his legs.
No, it was incredible. Yeah, that first one.
Somewhat, because I take notes on away games. I don't take notes on home games.
He's got notes. He's got notes. Look at this, everybody. He came prepared.
Yeah, that was on 10 minutes. It was on 10 minutes, that one with his legs. I mean, another one like the other one Haaland had where I think he come off Davis again for the corner. It was just deflected for a corner.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right. And then Haaland had to shut off the crossbar. He hit the crossbar from that really acute.
Yeah, that was in the second half, wasn't it?
It was, yes, sir. Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, there were times when they did get through, and that on another day, City would have scored. So I mean, I think
the first goal against Decky. I mean, that cross into the box, right?
Right, beautiful.
I mean, this kid's playing out of his skin. He's 24. You know, he's going to ball the world class. He keeps playing like this. Every man and his dog will want to pay 100 million for him.
Yeah.
And then
no.
The second goal, how Sonny squeezed that ball through to Maddison, that tight bit, which actually opened up the goal for Maddison. He takes one touch with his right foot and then dinks it in with his left foot. I mean, that's a quality, calm and composed finish.
And quick 1-2 touch movement around the box is what we've been lacking. You know?
And we know how good Maddison can be, but, you know, as Ange said, that free kick when he scored, you know, the last goal against, was it Villa? Right, last goal against Villa. You know, it's more about free kicks. It's no good if we're losing the midfield battle and he's strolling around.
Right.
He's going to put in performances like today.
He made a couple of good tackles today. I thought that he was involved. He was involved. He didn't hide. He didn't shirk from responsibility.
And because we were 2-0 up, he sat a bit deeper to manage the game. So he's got space on the ball to spray it around, you know. And that stopped us for being Spursian, say, conceding a goal. Then everyone getting very nervous. Because I bet at 2-0, I bet a lot of the fan base, even if those at the ground, like you keep singing to quell your nerves, basically. But I mean, like, I bet they weren't confident at 2-0 after what happened at Brighton, you know. I bet they're thinking, oh, we could do with a third, like, you know what I mean?
I thought the same thing. Yeah. Oh my God. And the third goal was probably my favorite.
And Porro popped up.
Jesus, he was incredible there. I said that it was Messi-esque, but just the close control, the strength he's got, the close control that he has, that little bit of pace. He's not the fastest at the top end, but I feel like he's got a little bit of like a deceptive burst of speed that he can. He's
got great technique. I've been highly critical of him recently, but I have for the whole back five. But then Werner gets an assist for Johnson on the fourth.
Yeah,
you couldn't write the script, could you? You couldn't write it like.
Exactly. I mean, a couple of months ago, everyone wanted Johnson out. They wanted Werner out. That probably still hasn't changed, but yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal on many levels. So, Adrian, you jumped in pretty late. We're probably going to be heading off soon, I think. But Harrison, final thoughts. Like, who was your man of the match? And then plug your Instagram again. I'll throw that.
Right, cool. Yes, I think my man of the match probably gonna be Kulusevski. You know, I think his run just like it's kind of like, you know, he's trying to make the whole midfield, like he destroyed their midfield, like they make them loose, you know, with different, you know, he just walk into different spots, you know, and then just kind of like feed the ball, you know, great cross obviously, and then the third goal as well, you know, everything. It's kind of like these like straightforward balls are what we needed. I still remember, like, you know, sometimes, you know, before we just see a lot of, you know, like kind of like competition around the box, just kind of like we reached that point and we just kind of like passed like sideways. And I feel like with our current style with Ange, Kulusevski is just one of the best player, probably in the Premier League right now. So props to him, you know.
My man of the match was Madisevski.
Madisevsky.
Yeah, Madisevsky.
Cool.
Happy birthday, Madison, by the way.
I have one more. I have Kulu Messi.
Madisevsky was my man of the match.
I've Kulu Messi. Messi.
Kulu Messi, I love that. That's a good. That's good because he definitely was Messi-esque with his dribbling today. I swear that third goal was absolute magic.
He's forever gonna be my ginger. You know. I'm just saying.
Hey, what about me, Harrison? Come on.
I know. But you know, he's different. There's a different feeling, you know.
Man, you like me, but you don't like me. I get it. But yeah, so everybody, there is Harrison's link, his Instagram.
Yes.
Definitely check it out. Like we were saying earlier, he does local footballers, videography type work. He's got some cool stuff. Definitely check him out.
Video every day right now, you know. The video related to today's match result, we just reached 200 likes. So once again, appreciate you all. And if you guys check it out, just keep on, you know, remember, follow and everything, you know. This is my first kind of like podcast show I've ever been on. So make sure to keep on supporting Two South Spurs.
Big up, Harrison. Big up.
You know.
Appreciate you, Harrison.
And I should be on tomorrow at 8 o'clock GMT UK time with as co-host because EMF will be hosting our Spurs Diehards TTID tomorrow. You may have guessed what the show's about. It'll be post-match Man City versus Spurs tomorrow. We'll be on at 8 o'clock tomorrow UK time.
Perfect.
But, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it because it's about time Ian's hosted a show where we won a game. He's been about lucky really recently.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Well, I'm in. Harrison's probably make some time, you know.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, man.
Cool.
Sweet. Awesome. Coolness.
We got AJ's on, you know AJ. He's on.
Oh yeah, he was on this for a while today.
And Kate and Jim for the perfect match. That'll be the 5 of us, right?
Wow. What a super crew you've got there. Awesome.
Ian got them, right? So
we'll have to join in. We'll have to say hey. So that sounds lovely. Awesome.
Amazing, guys.
Well, yeah. So everybody, please also, in addition to Harrison, please support Adrian. Here's Adrian's channel, and like you said, there's going to be the show tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, which makes it 2 p.m. in my neck of the woods. And yeah, everybody, please make sure.
Oh, your clocks must be different. You're 6 hours different now.
Yeah, we're 6 hours different. We moved just a bit ago, and then. Yeah, everyone's talking in the chat. I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, guys, we're signing off on a Tottenham win, and I'm going to play something here. I don't play it often. You'll have to excuse my singing, but I wanted to just play this because of how well he did today and because it's his birthday. So I'll play us out, guys, with a wonderful tune I recorded. Where is it? Here it goes.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.